G'day, it's Brak the War Boss here, and we're going to have a look at the latest Here We Go. It dropped last night while I was sleeping, and so I'm going to have to apologise for that. I do like to get the news to you as quickly as possible, but last night I decided to have a sleep because I'm still sick. So not 100%, so I thought that looking after myself was going to be the best thing to do, but little did I know that GW were going to drop something so interesting and exciting. I do apologise for not being my more prompt and up-to-date self. Let's have a look at it now. Okay, 7th of July, 5 ways the beast snaggers. I'd also like to apologise for any construction sounds you may hear. They're renovating next door, and so they've got lots of workmen out there doing workman things, making workman sounds, and it's the morning, so there's not much I can do about that. Hopefully we can, with a little bit of editing, I'll be able to minimise that sound. So please forgive the construction noise. Okay, 5 ways the beast snaggers prove squigs aren't just for biting people. I am not going to do the York voice. Thanks to them boys, there's too many zoggin squigs around the camp, and I've already eaten enough of them. You boys need to figure what we've gotta be doing with all these red gits before the mad run herd boss finds out that they've been eating all his super grots. I gotta make plans for the war, so get to it before I start crumping you lot too. Well, there you go. Have we seen this picture before? I think we have. Anyway, we can still look at it. It's pretty. I do love the artwork. Welcome back to Here We Go, our regular article series on what the galaxy has to look forward to as the latest war rapidly approaches. As you may remember from back when we first met them, the beast snaggers have found many ingenious ways to use squigs in their everyday lives, and some of them don't even involve biting. Shock horror. With the beast snaggers army box we saw during the Warhammer Fest Online just over the horizon, we are taking a look at some of the other uses they found for the Orny red monsters. It's coming soon. I suspect we should know something this weekend, and by this weekend it's the 8th of July, so the 10th or 11th is when we should know. Okay, we have squigs that are for blowing things up. Bomb squigs, in addition to being a right launch, according to most orks, are an effective way of enduring a payload high explosives. It gets close enough to the enemy before exploding. Often herded alongside mobs of squig hog boys and piloted by a particularly unfortunate Gretchen, these smart weapons are remarkably accurate by ork standards and never fail to make a pleasing loud bang when the bomb goes off. And that's the most important part of the bomb, a good loud bang. I've been known to enjoy a good loud bang from time to time. But enough about me. Ooh, rules. Bomb squig. Once per turn, when a unit with a bomb squig is selected to shoot or fire Overwatch, if it has any bomb squigs remaining, the unit can release one. Hooray! When it does so, you can select one enemy unit, excluding aircraft, that is within 12 inches of the unit with a bomb squig when firing Overwatch. This must be the charging unit. Roll 1d6, adding 1 to the result if that enemy unit is a vehicle. Alright, that's one by the rule. On a free plus, that enemy unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. The number of bomb squigs the unit is equipped with is then reduced by 1. Now, I want to ask two things. Is this an actual just the rule for the bomb squig, or is it a stratagem? Okay, well this raises some interesting questions, doesn't it? There's a lot to unpack with just this one piece of information. Okay, first, it's a bomb squig, not to be confused with a squig bomb. Now, is the bomb squig going to replace the squig bomb, or are they going to be two separate things? Now, my gut feeling thinks that it is different. Okay, look, this is interesting. This is the bomb squig and not a squig bomb. All this information and so much to unpack. First thing that gets me is that this is a bomb squig, and the rules for blowing things up with tank busters was a squig bomb. Are we going to see two separate? Is there going to be a bomb squig and a squig bomb? Are they going to be separate rules? I don't know. It would be nice, because this isn't an extra thing, then certain things have changed. For example, it's got a range of 12 inches, whereas a squig bomb that the tank busters had 18 inches, and it was assault 1. This is, well, it's 1 anyway, so, and it had a weapon profile. This doesn't seem, well, we don't know what the weapon profile is at the moment. We don't know if there is a weapon profile, because this is a rule for putting out mortal wounds. Surely there's got to be more to it than just that, which leads back to, is this a rule or a CP or a stratagem? Yeah, look, there's so much going on here, so much to unpack. So 12 inches, but that's not too bad, because these things will be moving with the herd, so to speak. So I have a pretty good movement anyway. So the threat range on this is going to be pretty good. Roll 1d6, yeah, adding 1 to the result if it was a vehicle. So obviously they want you to target vehicles with this outfit that they're going to use. On a 3+, the enemy suffers D3 mortal wounds, whereas with the squig bomb, it was a 2+ ballistic skill. So we may have lost something there, but you do get that extra 1 if it's a vehicle. So still not bad. Look, as a standalone rule, it's pretty good. But when you compare it to the squig bomb, then we may have lost things. But we do get D3 mortal wounds, and orcs need mortal wounds. So yeah, I'm liking that for that. I really need to see more the rules. I want to see the codex entirety before I can actually make up my mind whether this is going to be crap or not. Because really, as a wise Steve-O once said, we don't know all the information, so we can't really make up our minds whether these things are going to be good or not based on one little piece. New one of these things is coming up, so yeah. So we just don't know. We can be excited, but let's not slash our wrists or pop balloons just yet. Head-butting things. That sounds like fun. Being the violent, brutal creatures that they are, the Beast Snagga knobs often like to modify their squig mounts to increase the damage they do while barreling into the enemy. Well, who wouldn't? This led to the creation of the Smasher Squig, a monster so outstandingly brainless that it takes an orc of rare caliber to even herd the thing in the right direction. Their thick skulls and remarkable resistance to concussion make them excellent candidates for smashing headlong into enemy troops, augmented by the thick sheets of metal that are often crudely bolted to their heads. And we've seen this picture before. The Smasher Head. These got to be stratagems. I think it's a stratagem. It was worded like a stratagem, not worded like a rule. So I'm definitely going to go with that. But really, we don't know. I'm just trying to work out from my previous knowledge and trying to make guesses on the wisdom that GW does, and that can be quite a hard thing to do, try and work out what GW is doing, because sometimes I'm not quite sure that they know what they're doing. Anyway, let's get back to the Smasher Head. Each time this model finishes a charge, move, or heroic intervention, select one enemy unit that is within engagement range of this model and roll 5d6 for each result of a 4. That enemy suffers 1 mortal wound. No, okay, one enemy unit that is within engagement range and roll 5d6 for each result on a 4+. That enemy suffers 1 mortal wound. So what's that? So 4 ups, roughly about 50-50, isn't it? So that's 2.5. Let's round it up. Yeah, orcs are optimists. So 2 to 3 mortal wounds. Wow. That's just amazing. So it looks like orcs are getting more mortal wounds, or the ability to put mortal wounds, which is something that we have been severely lacking. And I, for one, think that this is a great one. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it is a stratagem. I'd like to know how much it's going to cost. Ideally, 1 would be nice. Probably 2. Any more than 2, and that's just bad news. Seeing better. Few orcs care about whether or not their shooting actually hits their target, so long as guns make sufficient noise and looks flashy. For those that have heard of words like accuracy, however, several ingenious solutions are on hand to give them an edge over their enthusiastic but ineffective comrades. One of the more common is the targeting squig, hardwired with the wonders of ork science, to make its master something approachable, a passing shot. It almost looks like the squig has been left to aim and fire the gun itself, doesn't it? It must take a particularly important kind of beast snagga to secure such a complex device, and you'll find out exactly who they are very soon. Alright, so, okay, this here, there's a hair squig there. It looks like very similar to that picture that we saw, the rumour mill, which most people have gone, that's going to be the bone boss. So we could see this on the bone boss. I reckon so. And we're going to find out really soon. Now, like I said before, the weekend. I'm holding on to the weekend. Holding stuff. Not quite sure what that doc keeps in their squig drip, but it can't be pleasant. Given how the ork approach to medicine generally entails stapling wounds together with whatever scrap is lying about, the long-suffering pain bosses that follow hordes of beast snaggas around are just as likely to have hooked it up to a quick snack as for any medical purpose. They still manage to be effective battlefield surgeons, however, so we're sure they know what they're doing. Okay, so we've got the pain boss in the beautiful looking picture. He's nice. So we're highlighting these two squigs here, and so that was a buzzer squig of some sort, wasn't it? He's been stapled to something, and here he's going to be used to pull something out. Let's go and have a little look. Yeah, it's interesting. We don't know what they're going to do just yet. Pulling things. So will there be rules to this? Probably. Well, we don't know. We really don't know. But they're implying that that's what these squigs are for, to help with the surgery. Oh, I love this little guy. I have to get this model. I really, really do. Just solely for this beautiful little grotto. Well, that's what I'm calling them. Pulling things. Squigs can get rather big, as anyone unlucky enough to be on the receiving end of a squig can charge and attest. Some of the larger kind of perfect beasts of burden with brute strength necessary to tow large war engines into battle. What exactly are these contraptions? Well, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer to find out. They've been teasing this one for weeks now, haven't they? Here we have a rumour engine, and it's obviously that big, large chariot thing that we've seen in the film when that first dropped in May. It was the 7th of May or something like that. It's been a long time. They've been teasing this thing for 2 months. Oh man, wow. Just, I don't know if my little heart can actually take any more of this. That's why I'm sort of saying that the weekend, when they do their big announcement thingy on the weekend, I'm sure there's going to be orks, and we'll get to know a little bit more. So that's all we have time for today. The boys are getting fidgety. They're not the only one, and it looks like everyone's about to kick off soon. So you'll get your first taste of the oncoming war with the Beast Snagga's Army Box, including early access to the full codex, arriving for pre-orders this month. Join us Saturday for our next Warhammer preview. Yep, see, they're saying it here, which is taking on a decidedly orky flavour as we find out what's been brewing in the Octerius sector. Okay, so yeah, hopefully not that much more to go until we can stop speculating. We can have some things. The rules that we've been shown, they've got to be stratagems, and hopefully we'll find out a bit more. Look, I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, I love this. He's a beautiful little thing. I have to get these for this model. This is going to be great. So I am going to leave it on the bomb squig. So what do we think? Are you excited? Does it look like nerfs? Does this bomb squig look like nerfs, or is it going to be an extra? Comment below. Let's have a discussion. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share. Do all the algorithmic things. And if you would like to help me out financially, there's always Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon. The links are in the description. Okay, time to toddle off. So remember, if you're going crumpin', you've got to bash early and bash often.